Okay, so Danielle, the one that's with Garrick, she posted this yesterday on IG. It says, "Date night in the city with my love." And of course, everybody was commenting and saying, hopefully not Garrick. I can't tell really by the feet if that's Garrick or not. So Garrick and Danielle finally made it back to their home in Colorado after visiting Roberta in Mexico. And Danielle's sister-in-law was concerned because the last time she talked to Danielle, Danielle was all choked up and teary-eyed, saying she was fighting some jealousy. And her sister-in-law, Samantha, she was there watching her kids with Danielle's mother. And she said that Danielle tends to keep things in and to herself. So Garrick said leaving Roberta behind was very bittersweet, and she's like family now, so leaving her behind was just super hard. We all saw Garrick, aka Joel Olsteen 2.0, get all teary-eyed and start breaking down once Roberta left. Danielle said she can tell Garrick is down and really missing Roberta. So Danielle's family started asking Danielle how her trip was, and she said good, and Samantha, her sister-in-law, wanted to touch base with Danielle over their conversation when Danielle was crying on the phone. So Danielle said she was hurt the first night when Roberta dragged Danielle to the room so she didn't feel left out. And then the first chance they got, Roberta and Garrick had sex, so Danielle felt like she was deceived and lied to. Danielle felt like she wasn't a priority, and she felt like the third wheel a lot, like the whole trip. Like, I was wondering, too, like, what's the point of her even being there, really? Because she didn't really spend any time with them, and when it was super, super awkward. And I feel like Garrick was holding Roberta's hand a lot during the trip. He should have been holding Danielle's hand at the same time. Like, take some pointers from Colton in the Winters. He's always making sure he gives both wives equal attention. If he's holding Sophie's hand, he's also holding Tammy's hand. And Danielle felt like Roberta was treated better on the trip, and she low-key feels like Garrick is prioritizing his and Roberta's relationship over his and Danielle's marriage. So Danielle sat Garrick down, and she wanted to talk to him about everything so she could make sure they both moved forward in the right way. So Danielle sat Garrick down, and she wanted to talk to him about everything and make sure where Garrick's head was, and she asked him what he was thinking, and Garrick said, "Don't you feel like Roberta reassured you that she wants you in her life?" And it's like, okay, Garrick, but you're talking to Danielle, not Roberta. You need to reassure Danielle that you still want her in your life and you love her just as much as you love Roberta. Give your wife, well, your ex-wife now, some freaking reassurance. So Garrick said that Danielle was gone for a moment when they had their intimacy the first night, and he said he gave Roberta a kiss, and then a spark happened, and it just went from there. And Danielle was hurt because she said she felt like it was Garrick's heart's intention to just be alone with Roberta that night, and she just wished Garrick would have just told her that. So Garrick said, "Why would it be wrong if I was thinking that?" And Danielle said she could tell ultimately that's what Garrick wanted, was just to be intimate with Roberta on that first night. So Garrick said, "Here, let me clarify. You wanted me to just tell you that I wanted to be intimate with Roberta and ask you to leave?" And Danielle said, "Yes, that's how I feel." I don't think Danielle is going to be happy either way. I just don't think she is for this. I think she's just being pushed into this by Garrick. But like I've been saying, when someone says one thing, their facial expressions say another. I mean, some people are good and get that poker face, but Garrick's facial expressions were super telling that night Roberta invited Danielle over to their room. And you could tell, you could just see it on his face that he didn't want Danielle there. And like she was intruding. He's like, oh man. You know, he just didn't say anything. So like hopefully Garrick and Roberta didn't make Danielle sleep in the wet spot. So Danielle said she felt like a third wheel and she should have just left. She said she felt like she was intruding on Garrick's and Roberta's desires. And Garrick just made Danielle feel worse by saying he wasn't denying that he was thinking those thoughts. And overall just hurting Danielle even more by those comments. Like, that is not what she wants to hear, Garrick. Get a freaking clue. And then, so that's pretty much it for this and then this episode tonight. But then they showed the spoiler for next week's episode. And Garrick says that they're going to go to Mexico again. Him and Danielle, I have no idea why the heck he's bringing Danielle or why she's agreeing to go back. And he's going to go see Roberta for another week. And that's when they're going to get started on the baby making. So it's going to be mission baby making with Roberta in Mexico. And, you know, Danielle's sister-in-law was telling Great Value Joel Olsteen, she's like, well, what if her green card don't even come through? And then you're going to have Roberta stuck over in Brazil with a baby. And then Joel Olsteen 2.0 just sat there and had his mouth open, looking dumb, and didn't really have anything to say. And they're not even legally married yet. I think she needs to come over to the United States for her little 90 days, and then they get married if they get married, and then worry about the baby making. He is rushing the baby making way too fast, and nothing is even set in stone yet. It's like him moving so fast is beginning to remind me of like the Snowdens and how fast they always move with everything. And you know, like I said in another video, they played Garrick out to be the villain in this season, and really low key, the villain is the Snowdens. So I think Garrick needs to slow his roll. So I did some investigating and I saw that Danielle and Garrick don't follow each other on social media, and also Garrick used to have all kinds of pictures of him and Danielle and their family on Facebook, and he has deleted all those pictures, and the only pictures he has on his Facebook now are of him and his kids, and Roberta and his kids. He just posted a picture last week with Roberta and his kids, so I wonder if she's in the United States right now, living with them in Colorado potentially. Even Danielle's family was saying they don't think Danielle wants this, and she doesn't want to be polygamous, but Garrick is the one that wants it, and he's pushing it on her. So even her own family said that. And even the producers asked Garrick, do you feel like this is something that only you want and you're pushing this on Danielle and everything because she seems really hurt and jealous? And do you think she's just doing this to make you happy? And Garrick was like, no, 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 no. We both want this. And I don't know. I don't think Garrick has a clue how unhappy Danielle really is. He needs to start prioritizing Danielle. Otherwise, this isn't going to work long term. It just is not going to work long term if he keeps doing things the way he's doing them. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think Danielle and Roberta and Garrick are going to work all together if she does come to America? Do you think she's still with them? Do you think Danielle, the dude she was with in her picture yesterday, do you think that was Garrick? Let me know in the comments. And make sure you like this video if you enjoyed it. It helps my video do wonders and helps push it out to more people. And it would mean the world to me. And subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you turn on the bell notification so you don't miss the tea while it's still hot. Bye, guys.